Alright guys, welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. This is Ali Plays. And I'm going to be going over a leak of patch 1.12. So since it is a leak, I don't know if it's everything is 100% included in this patch. Maybe the new faction or something like that. So that might not be in this patch. So we're going to look at it, so take it with a grain of salt. Might not be 100%, but we're going to be reviewing it nonetheless. So I don't know how this got... how this got leaked. So there's one patch 1.12 patch notes copied and pasted, so people copied and pasted it, and it's on Reddit by a former Plarium account. And then a Yumi Love also got involved in this. He posted it too, so we're gonna be going over that. So there have been actually some, they did some reworks for some champions. As you can see, Soulless right here. It says Reign of Terror attacks all enemies, increases the duration of all debuffs on each target by 1 turn, then places a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Places a shield buff on the champion for 2 turns equal to 30% of the damage inflicted. Damage increased by 10% for each debuff on the target. Let's go look at Soulless real quick. So they basically added a provoke onto it. Increase the duration of all debuffs, you can do that already. By 1 turn, that's already there. And then now he has a provoke, places a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Yeah, so basically they just added a provoke on him. So not really very good rework. I mean, a provoke is good, but not really a very good rework. Another champion that they changed is War Mother. So I'm just going to be reading off of what I see here. You guys won't be seeing it though. Cry Havoc, where is that ability right here? So right now it's attack one enemy 2 times, and each hit plays a 30% chance. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. So I'm guessing that they took out the 30% chance, so that's going to be 100% chance to place that decreased attack as long as you have enough accuracy. So I think that's what they did with War Mother, which is actually very good, because having decreased attack on basic is very good. And Special Brew also got reworked, so right now it attacks all enemies and places 2 bomb debuffs that detonate after 3 turns. What they added onto it is now that bomb damage increases by 100% against bosses. So I don't know how strong that is going to be, but that sounds pretty cool. But again, not really a big rework, just a couple changes. Hopefully you can make War Mother a little bit more viable. Thalia. Thalia is right here. Which moves that they changed? Put to Flame. That's this ability. So right now it's attack one enemy. Has a 30% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 2 turns. And with the change, it's going to be... has a 50% chance of placing HP burn debuff. And when maxed out, I'm guessing it's going to be 60%. So yeah, that's not... it's not that... it's not still not that good. And the other one is Lordly Embrace. This ability. So right now, before the rework, it heals a target ally by 75% of their max HP and places a block debuffs buff for 2 turns. And so what they added on was also places one of the following buffs on the target for 2 turns. If there is any surplus heal, a 50% increased attack buff, a 60% increased defense buff, a 30% increased speed buff, or a revive on death. So that is way too random. That is way too random. She can be much better than that. I think they can do a better job than that. And the other ability they changed is Aggress. So they changed all her abilities, looks like. So right now it attacks 3 times at random, places a 10% leech debuff for 2 turns on the 3rd hit. I think they actually made this much better. It places a leech debuff for 2 turns for each hit. So it can place 3 10% leech debuff for 2 turns. Can you even place multiple leeches? I don't even know. I guess you can now. So Lugan the Steadfast also got reworked. Just one ability, Crushing Blow. So right now attacks one enemy, heals all allies except this champion by 25% of the damage inflicted. Damage inflicted is proportional to max HP. So that is what it is right now. And then with the rework, he attacks one enemy, heals all allies by 10% of the damage inflicted. And he places a shield buff on him for 2 turns equal to 10% of their max HP. So not too good as well. These reworks are like pretty subpar. Okay, so Blood Gourd got reworked too. Let's see which abilities got reworked. So Break Defense and Raging Beast got reworked. So Break Defense, right now it attacks one enemy 2 times. He has a 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. So what they changed with it is they made it a 55% chance of placing the decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. So that is not even that big of a big of a buff. Come on, man. And then Raging Beast. It attacks 3 times at random and puts one of the target skills on cooldown. So what they did is they made this into an AoE. Attacks all enemies, puts one of each target skills on cooldown, and they increase the damage. We don't know how much they increased it by. But this ability looks much better, Raging Beast. But this is not that much. I mean, it has a higher chance of applying decreased defense. But still. could be better. He's like a vampire, so I believe that he would be better if he had abilities that where you can leech, steal at health without relying on lifesteal sets. Just like Brackets the Shifter. Okay, so Blood Feather got reworked as well. So she got 3 abilities reworked. Hunt Down. So Hunt Down, she has a 10% chance of inflicting a critical hit. What they increase it by is a 20% chance. So honestly, I don't even know why they even touched it. Armor Breaker. Well, right now it attacks one enemy, has a 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit and places a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. So what they did is they increase it. It has an extra 20% chance of inflicting critical hit and places the 60% decreased defense debuff. So it's extra 20%. So I'm guessing this is 20% on top of that. So that's going to be 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit. And then same with this one, they're going to add 20% on top of this. And they also reworked Charge Shot. So Charge Shot right now places a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns and decrease the target's turn meter by 30%. What they added onto it is she has an extra 20% chance of inflicting a critical hit and they increase the damage. So not that good if you ask me, but she does have more crits. So Excruciator also got reworked. All 3 of her abilities. Or is it all 3? No. So Flicker Strike. So right now her damage increases by 20% while attacking under a Veil buff. So what they changed about it is that she heals herself by 25% of the damage inflicted while attacking without a Veil buff. So that is actually pretty good in my opinion. That is basically almost a lifesteal set right there if she doesn't have Veil on herself. Neck Snapper also got changed. What it is right now, damage increased by 35% while attacking under a Veil buff. So what they did was enemies killed by the skill cannot be revived. That is actually pretty good too. So she's the only one who looks like she got a viable. She's the only one who looks like she actually got a viable rework. Invisible Predator. So it says right here, so it says while attacking without a Veil buff, fully depletes the target's turn meter and fills the champion's turn meter equal to the amount the target loses. Can only decrease the turn meter by up to 50% against bosses. This turn meter decrease cannot be resisted. So that is actually amazing. So if she doesn't have a Veil, she can fully deplete target's turn meter against bosses. That's 50%. So she actually did get way better. So this guy is one of the worst epics in the game. He got a rework. Is he good enough? Let's find out. So Terry Fist got reworked. So right now he has a 25% chance of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. So what they did with that is they made it a 40% chance of placing that. So still, it's not that good. But what they did was make his damage based on defense, which is much better because his damage based on attack right now. So this guy's going to be doing much more damage than before. Frustrating Muck. What it does right now is it attacks one enemy 2 times. Each has a 50% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. So what it does is they made it that he has a 40% chance of placing a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn if the first provoke debuff is placed, which is actually very, very good. And they also made it damage based on defense. So this guy is actually way better than before. And this ability, they just made it damage based on defense. So this guy actually got way better. So Grimskin is not going to be the worst, one of the worst epics in the game anymore. So congratulations to Grimskin. I'm actually happy with that. Hexia also got reworked. So her first ability, Grave Rot, right now it has a 25% chance of placing a 30% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Chances to place this debuff increases by 10% for each debuff placed on this champion. So let's see what they did to that. So they made it that it has a 35% chance of placing now a 60% decreased defense, what they're going to do. Debuff, and that's about it. So it made this 35% chance and they made this to 60% decreased defense. And let's see if Soul Reap also got reworked. Yes, it did. So right now it attacks one enemy, places an increased career buff on her for 2 turns if the target is killed, and she has a 30% chance of granting another turn if the target is killed. So what do they do with that? Grants an extra turn and places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if the attack kills an enemy. So yeah, I guess that is better than a crit rate. And Spirit Harvest as well. So what it does now is it heals herself by 50% of the damage inflicted. The heal increases by 10% for each dead enemy and places a 50% increased speed debuff on this champion for 2 turns. So what did they change with that? So what they did with this is they just made the increased speed to 30% instead of 15%. So she is a little bit better. Nah, nothing to complain about. And one thing to all the Rain Beast or Rhine Beast lovers. Fortunately, this guy got nerfed. It Glows got changed. So what it does right now is that when an ally is attacked, he plays a shield buff equal to 35% of this champion's max HP on the ally for 2 turns. It occurs once per turn. And so he used to be able to place this on himself, but now he can't do that. So he did get nerfed. And honestly, I don't see a reason why they should nerf him. If you know how to fight him, he's not even an issue. And in further areas of the game, he is not an issue. And it's weird because I asked them before, are you guys going to nerf Rain Beast? And they said no. They said you just have to use heal reduction on him. And now they nerfed him. So I guess a lot of people were complaining. So let's move on back here. So Mastery Scrolls now. Mastery Scrolls purchased for gems. So you can now purchase Mastery Scrolls for gems as of update 1.12. It will be possible to max out Mastery Scrolls for a chosen champion at the cost of 800 gems. And unfortunately, the price does not change no matter how many scrolls the champion has at the time of the purchase. And then this can be done at any point unless the champion scrolls are already maxed out, then the purchase is not available. But keep in mind that the champion will still need to reach rank 6 to use the highest tier mastery. So this is a double-edged sword. I mean, it's good that we don't have to spend so much time grinding masteries, but this basically puts all the whales way ahead of the free-to-play players. Which they should be ahead, but now they don't need to even apply any effort to even get masteries. Like, what if somebody just starts off the game and they just buy masteries right away? They don't know how hard it is to be able to auto Minotaur 15, so they don't think it's an issue. So through calculations that I was reading on what people talking in the comment section, they said that you basically lose 120 gems. So you're basically spending 120 gems on what you need to spend by refreshing energy and saving time. So if you think spending 120 gems, well, 800 gems, but spending 120 more gems than you would have if you were refreshing is worthwhile to you, then you guys can go ahead and do that. And some miscellaneous things, additional 100 slots have been added to the champion storage and can be unlocked with silver or gems. I don't know how much that's going to be because we're at a point where the one that you get 200, I think. To get 200 slots was way too much, so I don't know how much they're going to do for that. So it's a good thing they actually added the slots, but I don't think they added into the inventory. By the way, you guys can follow me on Twitter if you like. It's at AliAlPlays. So let's go to Raid Shadow Legends right here. So they posted the champion vault 200 out of 200. They said that's going to be increased. And if you look back here, it says 423 slots that they have for their inventory. How many do we have? 100. So they're actually holding back on us. If you guys look back here, it says that they can hold 423. Are they holding back on us, or is it the champion vault? Nope, it's not. It's not the champion vault. So yeah, they actually have 423 slots on this side, on the left side. So they haven't even increased that yet. And then they're going to increase this to 300. When you can clearly see in their video that they have enough space for 423 over here, and it's going to be 300 here. So I don't know why they're holding back on us. Maybe they just want to release it later and pretend that it's an update. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's a big issue personally. I don't think they should have done that. I think people are not going to notice that they have 423 slots on the left side in their vault. They have 200 like what we're going to have. So hopefully they can add that into patch 1.12, but I don't think they're going to do it. So we're taking too long, so let's make this quicker. So pre-battle selection menu now allows using champions who are currently in the champion storage. They will be removed from storage and requires free slots in the tavern, but they haven't increased the tavern slots from what we've seen so far. A confirmation pop-up has been added to the inventory, ensuring artifacts won't be destroyed without the player being absolutely certain. That's good. Server maintenance alert window has been added. Wow, I actually can't believe it took them this long to add server maintenance window. Artifact inventory has undergone thorough optimization. Nobody knows what that means yet. And they added an additional 200 slots to the artifact inventory. You know what happened when I asked them to increase the artifact inventory? He told me just sell the artifacts. So they said they didn't have any plans to upgrade it, but now they do. Well, it's a good thing they did, but I don't know why he told me otherwise. Fusion now allows the use of champions of higher rank than is specifically required. You can use rank 5 champion, even if Fusion requires them to be rank 4. So that was an issue that I had with Madman, where my Madman was rank 4 because I accidentally did that. And some people were hating that that the Plarium gave me a rank 4 Madman to use in the Fusion. Well, it wasn't really intentional for them to keep it locked as rank 4 only. As you can see here, they're changing that. Players who manage to take top places in the tournament global leaderboards will receive additional rewards now. That should have been implemented a long time ago, because what's the point of being top in global? Multi-battle will no longer remove max level champions. That is good, because some people are not able to farm with a single champion. So they should have thought of that in the beginning instead of thinking about only whales. Tavern UI improvements. I'm hoping that means that when you click on leveling up a champion, or upgrade the rank, it doesn't take you back all the way to the top. Bug fix. So boss poison resistance now applies correctly and bosses no longer receive full poison. 2.5% or 5% HP damage when hit with a skill that activates all poison effects at once, such as Xavier's Deadly Catalyst, Karam's Rod of Wow. They actually nerfed Karam even more. Or Elenril's Combust. So they basically nerf these champions, right? The battle engine has been optimized and improved. A number of issues causing the game to crash or fix. A number of champions and bosses have their AI improved. I wonder what that is. They should give us a list, hopefully. Multiple minor bugs fixed. So overall, it took them like 3.5 months to basically give us Nightmare difficulty for campaign. I don't know if I talked about that with you guys. So now, new campaign difficulty. Nightmare campaign difficulty is now available to all players who have completed the campaign on Brutal. It will challenge the champions like never before, but the wars can be one or also greater. So what I don't like about this is that people thinking that they're going to be able to use one champion to farm, to be able to quickly farm Nightmare campaign. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to make it very hard, and I don't think they're going to design it in a way for you to farm XP for your champions, but that's just my guess of how Plarium thinks. And they're going to have Platinum tier for Arena, so basically they just give us Platinum tier campaign difficulty. They nerfed Faction War, so that's good. I don't know how much the nerf is. They took rank 1 glyphs from stage 12, 10 and 11 rewards. So you only get rank 2 at the very least. Yeah, and that's about it. So 3.5 months, they've only nerfed Faction Wars, which is not even an addition to the game. Like, Faction Wars has been out for a long time. They can easily nerf it without patch 1.12. Platinum tier in Arena and basically Nightmare campaign. And increasing our inventory slots and minor reworks for champions. 3.5 months for that. So personally, I mean, I like that they actually did something, but still it took way too long for this little. Where is the new clan boss? Where's all the stuff that they promised by the end of the year? I know we have another month to go until this year is over. So maybe there's going to be another patch following up pretty soon. So that's basically it for the video. If you guys found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, make sure you guys drop a like. And if you guys are new to the channel and you like what you see, then consider subscribing. I make Raid Shadow Legends and Dragon Champions content almost every single day. And while you're at it, make sure you guys enable notifications to stay up to date on all my latest content. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.